My name is David Grossman. I have 105 days sober today. I grew up in Norman, Oklahoma, between Shawnee, Norman, and Oklahoma City. I started doing drugs whenever I was 10 years old. It is the first time I ever smoked weed. I actually stole my first joint from my mom, and me and a friend of mine went and smoked it down at the park, right down the road from our house. And I kind of went off from there. And the first time I ever did meth, I was 13. And my experience with that really wasn't too great. The guy that I was actually getting introduced to smoke, he handed me his pipe and he pulled out a pistol and he told me, if you burn my dope, I'm gonna shoot you. So it was pretty intense from the get-go. Meth and heroin was my drug of choice. I didn't do heroin until 2012, whenever I got out of prison for the first time, the first time. Unfortunately, I was in and out of the prison system 3 different times. The pain release, the taking away everything, losing just all the cares is what I enjoyed about getting high. Every mishap in my life, all the stressors, everything, as soon as that drug hit my veins, it was over with. I didn't care about anything. All I cared about was that high. I was up for 22 days on meth one time and was leaving the apartments to go get a light bulb because we had broken our pipe. And I seen a lifted Suburban in this parking lot run over a guy that was walking through the parking lot, ran him over, backed up, ran him over again, and then smashed out. And so I freak out and I go back to the apartment and come to find out that it was just a vision. There was nobody there. It didn't even happen. I remember one time we were out in Norman and me and a friend of mine just did a home invasion, and I had a sawed-off shotgun, and we're going down 89th Street and this car got right behind us, and we hit up to 105 and this car was just right there on us, and we were about to pull into my friend's driveway, and I was gonna roll down the window and I was gonna shoot at the car. And as we pulled into the driveway, I seen it was a sheriff, and he was going to a shooting call right down the road from my friend's house. And so I came very close to shooting a cop, and that would have been the end for it. No matter what, it would have been over with. I was in Oklahoma City living in this guy's Addict with a toaster oven for heat and sleeping on a air mattress that didn't hold air. Every 2 hours I was waking up on the floor. That was my rock bottom, was not having anybody anymore. I burnt every bridge that I had. Even my family wouldn't let me come stay with them at that point in time. What got to me was me selling drugs and going in and out of prison. I have 5 kids. I don't know what my oldest daughter sounds like. I've never heard her voice. My youngest daughter, she was 8 months old whenever I went into prison. I've only spent one birthday with her since she was born. She just turned 6 on the 13th of this month. I ruined a lot of people's lives by selling drugs. And I used to get a kick. I used to love being that guy that turned someone on to a drug for the first time. You know, if you never gotten high, come here, I'll get you high. And that ruined so many people's lives, and that affected me. It hit me once I was able to sit back and think and look at what I've done. It really messed with my head. Fortunately, I had a friend of mine that was out here in California, and I got to see her progression on Facebook on how good her life turned and how the quality of her life go from nothing to just amazing. And so I finally broke down and made the call and started the process of getting out here to California. Since I've been out here, I found my higher power, which I never thought I would, and I believe that wholeheartedly has the key to my recovery. Because I've been there. I've been that guy that thought that sobriety wasn't for me, that I can't get sober. I'm always gonna have to have a drug to maintain, to live, and that's not true. I've been sober for over 3 months, just short of over 3 months, and it's possible for someone to eliminate drugs and alcohol completely out of your life. It is possible. Sobriety is amazing. I'm amazed every morning that I wake up and I'm sober and I'm around good people. There's people in my life now that are proud of me that I never heard them say that they were proud of me ever, and that was all because of my addiction. So if you think that it's not possible, it is. I guarantee, I promise you that it is. And if I can do it, absolutely anybody can do it. Whenever I got out here, I got off the plane and I walked out the airport, and there was nobody there yet to pick me up. And the first thought to my mind was I could just leave. But I stayed, and the people came and picked me up. And the second that I hit detox, I felt a genuine care. Like these, you know what I mean? Because I thought I was gonna be in some penitentiary setting, like white walls, white sheets, white gowns. It wasn't like that. I had my own clothes. We were in an extremely nice house. The food that they provided for us, we could cook for ourselves. They cooked for us. They took care of us. I had to go to the hospital a couple times because of my back and because of my heartbeat and my blood pressure. And they took me to the hospital and they sat with me for 3 hours to make sure that I was okay. Every level of treatment that I've gone through, there's been a genuine care. Like they want to help you. That's their whole thing. That's why they work. They're not there for a paycheck. They're there to help somebody. And I've gotten to the level now of a sober living house, and I'm about to coin out of my program, and my therapist, my case manager, they're sad. Like they're concerned for me. They don't necessarily, they want to see me go, but they're worried about me. And to have so many people have that worry for me is amazing. Like because I've heard horror stories of detox centers getting their patients high just so they can hit their insurance and get more money off of them. But not all of them are like that. Like you can tell out the gate if they're here to help you or if they're here for your money. And luckily enough, I came to the place where they actually care, and I love it. The thing that I am most proud of myself for is buying a vehicle with legit money, not with drug money, not stolen. Legitimately, this vehicle is mine. And that's the first time in my life that I've ever had my own actual vehicle that I can legally say is mine. It can be put in my name, and it's amazing to me. Being sober is something that I never thought that I would be. I always thought that I would be high, that I had to have something to maintain in my life. And since I've been out here and gotten clean, it's amazing. It's so amazing. The quality of my life has changed 100%, and it's possible for everybody. If you're struggling and you think that you can't do it, you can. All you have to do is want it for yourself. All you got to do is make that phone call, you know what I mean? Send that text message to the person that's going to help you, because there are people that care, that genuinely care about us and want us to recover. If I can possibly, I'm going to get into the treatment field. I'm studying right now to get my my RAD-T, which is the certification to work at a detox level or a residential level house, so that I could help people, because I feel that my testimony and me being who I am, that I could help the next struggling addict that's coming into detox, that's coming into residential, to make them feel comfortable about themselves, take away that insecurity of what they're going through. Because when we're at that level, we're coming up from our lowest, and we need people there that care, that in a sense love us. And I've been lucky enough to have that.